Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back with another track guide, this time in the Formula 4 at Fuji International with the Grand Prix layout. This is using the fixed setup, which is obviously the iRacing default Fuji setup. Brake bias is 55%. If you are new to my channel, we do a whole lap of breakdown and we're back in the cockpit one final time with the driving line on. Right, let's start the lap. Okay, let's start the hot lap. Charging down what has to be one of the longest straights in iRacing. Looking for just before the 100 meter sign. Braking quite hard, almost up to 90%. As I say, I am running 55% brake bias. Just to stop those fronts locking there. Now we're looking for the 50 meters. We're going to stay in fifth, tiny bit on the brakes, back on the gas, nice and early. Just stay inside the track limits there. Just a lift through 100R. All the way down to third gear at turn 6. Got to be so careful with the inputs around here. It's a very flowy track, and if you're a bit janky, it's going to be problems. Looking for the yellow Dunlop sign, sorry. All the way down to second gear here. Feeding that power back on. And a lift through turn 11. Nice and wide in third gear. Gentle on the brakes. Back on the gas. Up to fourth gear. Back on the brakes. Again, gentle and long. Back out wide to the left-hand side. Final time, gently on the brakes. On the gas, nice and early. Let the car flow itself to the outside of the corner and straight down the main straight. Over and across the line in a 140.615. Right, let's do the breakdown lap. Breakdown lap. So, first braking marker, that 100 meter sign on the left-hand side. So just as we get there, we're going to brake up to about 90%, wipe all that speed off in a straight line. As we start turning towards the apex, we're going to release that brake slowly, trail it off. We drop it all the way down to second gear. At the apex, we're nearly back onto 100%. In fact, we do manage to get to 100% at the apex. Nice. A little bit slidey on exit, but that's no problem. Next marker here for turn 3, it's going to be the 50 meter board on the right hand side. So as we get there, we brake only up to about 20%. We then trail that off very quickly. I remain in fifth gear. I'm starting to get back on the gas. So as I go past this bollard here, get nice and tight to it, I'm back up to 70%. And then as I release myself and settle down off the curves, I go back up to 100%. Your exit nice and wide, but as long as you keep your left-hand tyres on the red part of the rumble strip here, you're absolutely fine. Keep your foot in, foot in, foot in. I'm going to go flat through here. And we only start doing the lift. Basically, once that mountain, which is Fuji, I'm guessing, once Mount Fuji sort of comes over your right-hand tyres and you're that far of the way through 100R here, that's when you do a lift almost down to nothing. In fact, I do hit nothing very briefly, and then I get back on the gas nice and early. Back over to the right-hand side and looking for that 50 meter board on the right-hand side. So as I get to the 50 meters, so it's probably about where the 70 would be, I brake up to about 60%, drop it down to fourth, drop it down to third, and now I'm getting back on the gas at the apex of what they call hairpin. Nice and smooth. We're going to be flat out here through turn 8 and through turn 9. What we're looking for, you see we've got the Dunlop sign that comes over the road. That's not really what we're looking for, but it is God, I can't say yellow. It is the yellow Dunlop signage on the right-hand side of the track, as you can see there on the crash fencing. As we get alongside that, that's when we're going to brake up to about 75, 80%, go all the way down through the gears into third. We're going to start trailing it off as we look for the apex. We drop it into second, and then at the apex, we start building back up on the gas. Once the car's settled, we're back up to 100%. And now we're doing a lift here through turn 12 on the left-hand side. Wait till the car's settled. It's so easy to lose the rear here. Up to third gear, and we can go flat to the outside of turn 13, 14 coming up here. And then just as we're getting to the outside of the track, that's when we get off the gas. On the brakes up to about 20%. We hold them. We're in third gear. We start building back up. You can't quite go full speed at this stage. So as we get into nets here, turn 15, again, the braking marker for me would be the looking at the left-hand side. It's basically where the rumble strip ends. We're going to be mid-track. We brake up to about 40%. We trail that off, drop it down into third, and we start building back up on the gas. And again, you can't go flat out at this stage because you will just lose the rear. But basically, once you start opening the steering, you can get back up to full gas. Get back over to the left-hand side. There's no real braking marker here. So we're just braking up to about 30%. Going through, and then we're back on the main straight. Right, we have one final version coming up next with the driving line on, without me speaking, at full speed. Enjoy. As always, thanks for watching. I've been Sambo iRacing. I'll see you guys in the week. Cheers.